morning, I guess I was thinking about it today, and I figured I might try getting back into the vlogging thing, but I'm not going to do it with some of the time-consuming stuff like editing. So I'm just going to do mostly raw video uploads, and we'll see how things go. This morning, let's see, I saw some interesting news. Part of Microsoft abandoning the Groove product, which, you know, not enough people used, but I thought it was great, especially compared to Spotify. I've been using, so what happened is Microsoft had a music service. They called it Zune back in the day. Then they changed its name to Xbox Music. Then they changed its name to Groove. And I think it was partially to isolate it from the Microsoft brand, which a lot of people weren't going for reasons that I think, you know, in my opinion, we can get into a little bit later. But wanted to merge properly there. But so anyway, they eventually abandoned Groove, which was a really nice service. They had really nice applications, at least on Windows. I didn't really use them on iOS or Android, but they had them available for those platforms. They had a web player that I used occasionally, and I really liked the service. It was one of those deals where you pay like a fixed rate a month, and you just, you know, got to listen to pretty much, you know, anytime new music came out, it was already on the service. And, you know, so you pretty much got to just listen to whatever music you wanted. You didn't have to worry about what music you wanted to buy because you probably already had it. So it was just a very free experience. They also had very well curated lists. I was very impressed with one of their latest updates they just did. You know, maybe they saw the end coming. Maybe it was a final push to get people to try and subscribe to the service. But I mean, it wasn't really accompanied with a marketing push highlighting any of the new features. So you know, I think it may have just been more of a last gasp from the developers. They're like, oh great, we finally get to do, or at least the product managers, they're like, oh finally, you know, we're winding this down. Let's do some stuff to really show people what we were capable of right before they shutter things. Maybe that would change some minds with executives or something like that. So anyway, it was really good. It had a lot of great features, and then Microsoft said, well, we're doing away with the service, but we've entered an agreement with Spotify, which is probably the biggest and most popular music service that's comparable to it, and we're gonna, you know, switch to them, and so don't worry, you know, we've got your back. And so the pricing was comparable. Spotify also had a family package that I thought was pretty neat. I'd been looking for one of those, but the thing is, I think their age limit is 12, and my kids are younger than that. I was kind of hoping for like a children's option where they could listen to children's music. My kids both have a set of headphones, and they have a couple of devices where they could listen to Spotify on them, you know, Windows tablets and stuff like that. So having them shut out just means they have to listen to music via OneDrive. So anyway, Spotify got their business. I signed up right away. I'd been a paid Groove subscriber since the Zune days, and they called it Zune Pass back then. And so I just signed up, you know, hoping that it would be an easy transition. But immediately after Microsoft passed the baton to Spotify, even though they have a Windows 10 store app that I use on PCs and tablets and stuff like that, the whole thing with UWP, Universal Windows Platform Development, is that you can write an app and put it in the Microsoft Store and then use exactly the same code across all devices. And they, you can do it differently though, so you only support one type of device. So they're only really supporting Windows 10, though they have a Windows mobile device out that I used on my phone, but it was just crappy. It had, like you start to play a playlist and it just starts to play the song, gets about 15 seconds in and then stops. And you can get it working if you fiddle with it for about 5 to 10 minutes, and I've done that, but generally a pain in the ass. So anyway, I did what a good Windows user should, and if you notice a problem that you don't like about Windows, then you go and you give feedback using the feedback tool, and you also capture some telemetry of the problem. They allow you to record. There's like an option when you submit a problem request, the little button lights up that lets you record, and you can go and reproduce the problem while it's recording, and then stop recording, and